Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to do a quick review of The Amazing Spider-Man, Who Am I? I believe this was a digital only book because it collects issues 1 through 12, but as you can see, it's not that thick. So I believe this was an online thing for probably Comixology or something. And yeah, it's great. It's on hardcover. I was very skeptical of this at first because I was not a fan of the artwork inside. Not saying that it was bad, it was just not something I was really used to. And once we get into the book, I will show you. Well, you can see some of the artwork on the back here. It seems a little weird, a little off to me. And I like the premise of the book. Now, this is basically a villain that's, I think they only used once, and they only used for this particular book, and it's called the Prophet. Now, when the book opens up, Spider-Man, because you don't know if it's Spider-Man or not, kind of wakes up with amnesia, doesn't know where he is, doesn't know who he is. All he knows is that he's robbing this bank, and he's got guys yelling at him. He's trying to get out there with the money. The cops show up, and he's like, and the guys are going like, "What are we gonna do, Spider-Man?" And they have to like pronounce that he is Spider-Man, just so everyone knows that Spider-Man is like the ringleader for this little gang that's going on, that's robbing the place. And then they mention that they grab hostages, and then they escape. And Spider-Man doesn't even know what the hell's going on. Peter doesn't know what's going on, and he can't remember who he is. Doesn't know why he's there. So they escape, and they get back to their hideout. And he's looking in the mirror, and he just can't recognize himself at all. Like there's like no recognition right there. But they're saying like the boss needs him to do this and this, and they go off to do another crime. But what's funny about this is that Spider-Man keeps having flashbacks of Marina Hill telling him, all this is normal, just play along, blah, blah, blah. So there is a subplot where it's like, okay, so he knows he's going to get mind wiped, and he knows he's going to be okay, but he has to play along with this theme, this play where they have to find the Prophet and bring the Prophet down. What I found really interesting was the side characters, all the side characters. So you get guest appearances from Iron Man, which is Iron Man when they did Marvel Now, so it's the black and gold suit, which is really nice. I like it. I wasn't a fan much of the design that they used because he looked kind of blocky. If I can find a good picture of him here. Maybe that's more like it. But I'm not a fan of the way. What the hell's this guy's name? Juan Babilio. I hope I said that right. Drew the characters. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the characters. I'm just saying I wasn't a fan of it. I was engaged with the story and everything with it, but some of the characters were just a little off for me. So he has fights with Iron Man, kicks his butt, and then he starts thinking that he's a supervillain, like Spider-Man's a supervillain. And then he's starting to get memories of who he is, and then the Prophet would have to come along, wipe his memory clean. And then Spider-Man would have to start from like ground zero. I love when Mary Jane comes into the book because she's going like, "What are you doing? What's going on? Like, kick these guys' butts. Like, where are you taking me?" And they take her hostage at one point, and Spider-Man is like, "Quiet, lady. You don't know what is going on." And it's hilarious. And she's like, "Peter, what are you doing?" It's just insanity, and I love it so much. And then Daredevil comes in dressed as Spider-Man, and it's all craziness. But I won't tell you the main plot. Like, I told you little bits and pieces here, but I think I really want you guys to read this one and enjoy this book and find out what the Prophet is trying to do and how Peter is going to overcome this amnesia that he's gotten. But overall, I would give Spider-Man Who Am I? Ooh, out of 10, I would say I would give it a 7. I would give it a solid 7, maybe 7.2, somewhere in there. It's not the greatest Spider-Man story ever told, but it is fun, and it is a quick read. So anyone, if you can find this cheap, if you can find it on Comixology, I suggest you pick it up. But as a rule, I want to keep this under 5 minutes, so I'm going to do that. So leave a comment, throw me a like, and if you have not subscribed, please do. And as always, guys, I love you, and I made it to 5 minutes.